On his entering the ocean, the aquatic animals who formed the host of Varuṇa were stricken with fear and ran far away. Thus Hiraṇyākṣa showed his splendor without dealing a blow. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Materialistic demons sometimes appear to be very powerful and are seen to establish their supremacy throughout the world. Here also it appears that Hiraṇyākṣa, by his demoniac strength, actually established his supremacy throughout the universe, and the demigods were afraid of his uncommon power. Not only were the demigods in space afraid of the demon Hiraṇyākṣipu and Hiraṇyākṣa, but so also were the aquatic animals within the sea. Thank you very much for attending the Bhagavatam class. Nice to be back in Mayapur Dham. So, actually, Hiraṇyākṣa and Hiraṇyākṣipu are actually devotees of the Lord, Jai and Vijay. But because the Lord has a fighting spirit, and there's no real conflict in Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan, then he arranged for the 4 Kumaras, the sons of Lord Brahma, to curse them to take birth as demons. Actually, they were given a choice, 10 births as devotees or 3 births as demons. And they didn't want to stay away too long from the spiritual world, so they chose to take birth 3 times as demons. So, in this material world, Krishna says in the Gita, there are 2 types of humans. There's the devotees, and there are the demons. Demonic means that due to the influence of the modes of material nature, the modes of passion and ignorance, the persons, they become bewildered and they become full of Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. These are the 6 enemies of every living entity. They become very lusty, like Hiraṇyākṣipu. Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu means soft bedding. So in this material world, the human beings, Rajo, Raganika, Chasma, Lobha Pravitim, Aramba, Karmana, Ashama, Spriha. They have an intense desire to enjoy material opulence and sense gratification. However, Krishna warns Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, Rajasas tu phalam dukam, agyana tamasa phalam, that in the mode of passion, there's nothing but duk, or unhappiness. So, and in the mode of ignorance, of course, there's nothing but ignorance. So, Hiraṇyākṣa, he was very, very proud of his strength. That is the demoniac tendency. Their tendency is always to engage in conflicts, to prove themselves superior to others. Idam adyamaya labdam imam prapshe manoratam idam astitam apime bhavishyati punardanam. They say, so much wealth do I have today, and I will gain more according to my schemes. This person is my enemy, and I will kill him, and my other enemies I will also eliminate. This is going on, we see, in the modern society today. So many demoniac civilizations are building up their forces to crush their enemies, and they're very proud if they have some material opulence. Asomaya hata shatru hanishe chaparam api ishvaraham maham bhogi siroham balavan sukhi They think, I'm the supreme enjoyer. I am the supreme controller. Who is God? There's no God. Show me God. The atheists today, where is God? Show me God. Life comes from matter. Life comes from a big bang, the Big Bang theory. There was a big explosion, and gradually the universe cooled down. And after 4 billion years, some chemicals came together, and gradually you had some creepy crawlers coming out of what is called a primordial soup. So this is their atheistic theory. Therefore Krishna says, Sarvasichaham Riddhi Sani Vishto Mataksmitir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. Apohanam means ignorance. That Krishna has been in the heart. Oh, you want to be an atheist? Here, take some science, some atheistic science. Krishna will give you whatever you want. He is in your heart, from one body to the next, to the next, to the next. You want to be a demon? What happens to the demons? Kama paboga parama patanti narake sucho. Because their whole purpose of life is to gratify their senses until the end of life. Then, patanti narake sucho, at the time of death, the laws of nature, in the form of the Yamadutas, the constables of death, come. Just like Kapila Dev is describing to Devahudi, that movements of the living entities in this third canto, that the materialistic person, he spends his whole life, Konu artam trishnam visprijet pranebyopia itsitaha. That money, sweeter than honey. It's even sweeter than my very pranebyopia itsitaha. It's sweeter than my own life air, my breath. I want money. So, engaging in all kinds of cheating activities to acquire wealth. The foolish living entity at the time of death is surrounded by his relatives and friends, and they're, oh, the poor man. Prabhupada says that one old man, he was asking the doctor, please give me a few more months. I have to arrange my daughter's marriage. Like this. So, the mogasha moga karma, no. They're bewildered by mama maya duracha, by the external energy of the Lord. Lord Shiva's wife, she's very powerful, Durgam. She is the prison superintendent of the prison house of this material world. So here Hiraṇyākṣa is very, very proud. Dambo darpo bimanascha kruda purushamevacha agyana chabijatasya parta sampidim asurim. Dambo darpo. I am so proud. I am so conceited and proud. Dambo darpo abhimanascha. Like Abhimanas, I have no humility. Krodha, he's always angry. Here, Hiraṇyākṣa, he's looking to get angry at someone, so he's going to approach Varuṇa, the god of the oceans. Come, do battle with me. I'm looking for a fight. And then Varuṇa says, oh, I'm not a very good opponent. Why don't you try Vishnu? And we learned that Lord Varaha, in the form of a boar, he takes birth out of the nostrils of Lord Brahma, first created being, Lord Brahma. And he expands himself and he lifts the Mother Earth, the Earth planet, out of the Garbhodakshaya ocean and sets it back in orbit. And then he does combat with Hiraṇyākṣa. So the demons, they're so proud and harsh and angry. Kruda parusham. Purusha means very harsh. They're very rude. They have no good qualities. They're very angry and rude, always frustrated with others, and they're always trying to beat down others, to prevail proudly against others. I'm superior to you. You're inferior to me. So Prabhupada warns in the 7th canto that Hiraṇyākṣa, the brother of Hiraṇyākṣa, he was so proud. And Prahlad Maharaj was telling him, my dear father, give up this. Tat sadhu manye suravarya dehinam sadasamudvigya dhyama sadgrahat. You're simply attached to the temporary world, temporary possessions. Time is taking your life. At every breath, you're getting closer to death. Itvatnapatam griham andakupam vanam goto yad. Go to the forest and cultivate Krishna consciousness. What forest is that? The forest of Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is playing on his flute and herding cows and exhibiting what it's like to be completely the real liberation, pure bhakti. Bhaktistu ananyaya shakyam. Bhakti yoga without any sense of pride or desire, as Lord Chaitanya said, na dhanam na janam na sundarim. No desire to enjoy this material world. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshaje. Ahaituki apratiyata yayatma samprasidati. That real, pure devotional service will satisfy the self. This is the real dharma, the real path of pure devotional service. Ahaituki apratiyata. It is never interrupted. Not that, okay, I'll do some bhakti, and then I'll go and, have a little mahaprasada, maybe go on the internet for some time. This is interrupted devotional service. So devotional service has to be pure, without any interruption, apratiyata, without interruption and without any motive. So Prahlad is preaching to his father, and he's preaching to his friends as well, his classmates. And he's teaching them, Komaradat charet pragyo dharmam bhagavatanihan, dulabha manusajam janma. That this human form of life is very rare, so you have to take up Krishna consciousness from the age of 5, from a very young age. Komaram acharet pragyo dharmam bhagavatami. Inquire into what is the truth. So, Sandana Marka, Prahlad's teachers, they started getting worried. Oh my goodness, all these demoniac boys, they're becoming devotees. How abominable, how terrible. They're becoming devotees of the enemy, Vishnu. Vishnu is the enemy. Asatyam apratishtam te jagadahur. There is no God. There is nothing. Life is temporary. Just enjoy. Enjoy it, enjoy. And at the time of death, it's all over. There's nothing after death. There's no God in control. Everything is working just by the, who knows. So, Sandana Marka, they went to Hiraṇyākṣa, and they said, we're really afraid. What's going on? Your son is preaching to all his classmates. They're all becoming devotees. It's not our fault. Please don't punish us. Then Hiraṇyākṣa calls Prahlad, come here, my son. And he asked Prahlad, what is this? You're preaching about the enemy? And he was shaking. He was so angry with Prahlad. He was shaking. And he started hissing like a serpent. He was hissing like a snake. Oh, you dustivam. Dustiva means you impudent, uncivilized boy. And mandatmanam means you're less intelligent, like manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagya. Mandatmanam, you're less intelligent. How dare you? Don't you know how powerful I am? I defeated all the demigods. Lord Indra, they were all hiding. All the demigods had scattered away because Hiraṇyākṣa was so powerful. He terrorized the entire universe. He stopped the performance of yagyas. He burnt down the ashrams of the rishis. He stopped cow protection. All these demoniac things he was doing. And so, of course, the demigods were just praying, when will the Lord appear to kill this big demon? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridyanti Yuge Yuge Ete Chamsa Kala Pumsam Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. The Supreme Lord, he comes again and again to kill the enemies of Lord Indra. Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridyanti Yuge. Again and again, Krishna, in many avatars, Nanavatarama Karod Bhuvaneshu Kintu, Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Parama Pumanyo, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami, that the Lord Ramadi Murti Shukala Niyamena Tishtan, the Lord appears millions of millions, his avatars are appearing just like waves in the ocean. You can't count the unlimited potency of the Lord, the unlimited avatars of the Lord. The Lord is completely unlimited. And some tiny soul is thinking, I am the supreme. I am the greatest. I can become immortal. So this Hiraṇyākṣa was just a little serpent, but he thought he was so great. So Prabhupada warns in the Srimad Bhagavatam that this human civilization of godlessness, they should be very careful, because just like Hiraṇyākṣa, just with his fingernails, he ripped apart the great demon. Lord Nrsimhadev, with his fingernails, ripped apart the demon Hiraṇyākṣa. He said in one moment, just by Krishna twitching his finger, he can destroy the entire modern civilization. And Krishna warns in the Bhagavad Gita as well, 16th chapter, Etam dristam avastabhya nastalpanolpa buddhaya prabhavanti ugra karmana shayaya jagato hitaha. That this philosophy that there's no God, life is temporary, just exploit the world, there's no need for this mythology. It's a mythology. Just believe in Darwin. He knows everything. In this verse, Krishna warns Ugra Karmana. They're very proud of their machines and their rockets and their atomic weapons. And Prabhupada says that they're so proud of their atomic weapons, they don't realize that at any moment war could break out and everything will be finished with these atomic weapons. And they're so proud of them. So this is the danger that the modern human society is in. And so, similarly, if they're not careful, just like Hiraṇyākṣa, he thought he was so great, and Hiraṇyākṣa here, thinking they're so great, at any moment they can be vanquished. Especially if they're offending a devotee like Prahlad Maharaj. Shipam bhavati dharmatma shashvashantim negachati kuntiya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Krishna promises that my devotee will never be vanquished. Never. Krishna protects his devotees. Daivim prakritim ashritaha vajanya nanya manaso get bhutadem ashraya. That the Mahatmanastu Mamparta Daivim Prakritim Ashritaha, the devotees are protected by the Lord. So Prahlad, he saw Lord Nrsimhadev in the pillar. Lord Nrsimhadev was standing there, and he was indicating to Prahlad, don't worry, I got you, don't worry, I got your back. I'm protecting you, don't worry. Let this demon try what he wants. I mean, The father is trying to kill his own son. How demonic is that? So like that, the Lord, He's everywhere. Adantaracha paramanu chantarastam. He's even in the atom, between the atom. God is everywhere, but He doesn't reveal it to the fools and rascals. Name prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavitaha mudhoyam nabijanati mamebhya param avyayam. Krishna says, I never manifest to the foolish or less intelligent. They're covered by His Maya potency. And we understand. People say, how do you know God exists? Because Krishna reveals through His Yoga Maya potency. He's revealing it to us. That He is present everywhere. That He is omniscient, omnipotent. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natatchamascha vyadikas tradisyate. Sarvasya chaham, how's that go? Savavaki jnana bala kriya cha. That the Krishna, our Lord, has so many different types of potencies. He creates, He maintains, He annihilates millions and millions of universes. Yasyaika nishvasita katamatavalabhyam. The Lord Brahma says that so many universes with Lord Brahmas are emanating from the pores of Mahavishnu. Jivanti Loma Villaja. From the pores of Mahavishnu, universes are coming out at every moment. It's just by His breath. Anandanata, Lord Brahmas and their universes are coming out of His pores. He's lying in the causal ocean. And He's an expansion of an expansion of an expansion of Krishna. So they don't understand these things, but the devotee, from within, everything is being revealed to him. Tesham ivanukam partam aham jnana jamtamaha narsam atmi atmabhavasto jnana deepena ashvata. Krishna says, those who have faith in me, I give them the light of enlightenment from within the heart. It's not outside. Bahir artamanina. No, you can't see. You can't get it from anything external. Bahir arta. It's all Krishna internally is saying, yes, you're chanting my name, and my name and myself are non-different. Kali Kalir Dharm, Krishna Avatar, Namahoite Har, Sarva Jagat Nishtar. Kali Kalera Namarupa Krishna Avatar. That in the age of Kali, or in any age, the name of Krishna and Krishna are non-different. With all His potencies, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. So Krishna is allowing us to chant His holy name. Prahlad Maharaj, he's chanting Krishna, Krishna. And the Lord appears half man, half lion. He completely destroys the tricks of Hiraṇyākṣa. I don't want to die in the night. I don't want to die in the day. I don't want to die inside. I don't want to die outside. No beast, no demigod, no demon can kill me. No weapon can kill me. Nothing alive, nothing dead can kill me. Trying to carve out some kind of immortality. So these foolish human beings in Kali Yuga, or demoniac people, they try, oh yeah, we're going to be immortal. Somehow we're going to become immortal by medical science. Impossible. It's not possible. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. That an intelligent person sees that the four problems are birth, death, old age, and disease. No one, mrityu sarva harasyaham. Krishna says, I come as death personified, take everything away. Hari means one who takes everything away. So, Prahlad Maharaj, his father, is trying to kill him. A great devotee of the Lord. He's one of the 12 Mahajans. And he's so merciful that when Lord Nrsingadev, when he settles down after ripping Hiraṇyākṣa apart, and he takes his intestines and he garlands himself and he's decorated with blood of Hiraṇyākṣa, kind of a ghastly scene. And still, Nrsimhadev said to him, whatever you want, I give you. What do you want? You want anything? And Prahlāda said, I'm not a businessman. I don't want anything. Like Krishna tells Arjuna, Naham vidar na tapasa na danina na chejaya. People worship God for material fruitive things, material fulfillment, material possessions, this, that, and the other. Projita daikaitravo, dharma projita kaitravotra. Materialistic religion. So Prahlāda said, no, I simply want that my father can go back to Godhead with all his relatives. So Nrsimhadev said, 21 generations, I'll take them all back to Godhead. So when Prabhupada was initiating some disciples, the parents were there, one disciple, and he told the parents, don't think that your child is not giving you service. This is the greatest service rendered, is this bhakti, this devotion to Krishna. This is the greatest service because 21 generations, you're taking all your relatives back with you. Dhruva Maharaj, he brought his mother with him when Lord Vishnu came, the airplanes came. Vishnu came and took his mother, who was his Shiksha Guru. So, there is so much to accomplish when one takes shelter of pure devotional service. When one takes shelter of the holy name of the Lord, so much protection is there, not only for oneself, but also for one's relatives and so on. So Prahlāda Maharaj, he told Hiraṇyākṣa, Naivod Vijay Para Durachaya Vaitaranyam. I'm not afraid of anything in the material world. I'm not afraid of the Vaitarani river, the river that separates the material world from the spiritual world. Tvadiya Gayana Mahamrita Magnachita. I'm always conscious of you. I'm always remembering you. Like Krishna tells Arjuna, Matchita Madgata Bodhayantas Parasparam. That my devotees are always conscious of me. They're always remembering my transcendental pastimes. Matchita Sarva Durgani Mat Prasadat Tarishyasi. If you become conscious of me, what does that mean? Well, Krishna, not only is he generating millions of universes, but he's also dancing with the gopis in Goloka Vrindavan. Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Viksha Lakshavite Susura Bira. He's herding the Surabi cows. He's surrounded by trillions and zillions of gopis who are his darling fiancés. He is a supreme enjoyer, but we want to enjoy. But he's enjoying in Goloka Vrindavan. He is being tied up by the ropes of Mother Yashoda's affection. He's doing so many activities in the spiritual world. And he's playing on his transcendental flute, which is attracting all the inhabitants of Vrindavan just by his flute playing. So Madchita, Madgata Prana, Bodhayantas Parasparam. So that is Madchita. Put your mind on Krishna. Krishna says, Atachetvam ahankaram. If you act through the false ego, not serving me, not thinking of me, because you're a false ego, I'm a big devotee, I'm an important devotee, this person is offending me, they got angry at me, I'm offended. Prahlāda was not offended. His father is trying to kill him. Yeah, okay, chant Hare Krishna. Like this, Yasmin nodvijite loko, loka nodvijite chaya. No one can, I tolerate everything. Titikshava karunika surada sarvadeinam. Ajatasha, I don't have any enemy. Even my enemy is my friend. This is devotee because he's conscious of Krishna. Oh, Krishna, you sent me a test and I failed the test. I want revenge. You'll pay for this offense. I'll get you back. No, devotee is always meek and humble, right? Chanada pisane chana. Very, even Lord Chaitanya, God himself, was offended by Prakashananda Saraswati. He was criticized by the Mayavadis in Kashi. He actually went there to deliver them. He knew they'd be offensive because they're the most offensive. Mayavad, Shunile, Pakandi. They're Pakandis, they're very offensive. So he went there to deliver them, deliberately. He knew, oh, they're going to be criticizing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They're going to criticize him. But he went there and he very humbly sat where their foot water, where they keep wash their feet and so on. He's very humble. And so he won the attention and the affection of Prakashananda Saraswati and all the Mayavadis. They all surrendered to Lord Chaitanya. So, like that, Prahlad Maharaj, he was very tolerant. And he says, Soche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartam maya sukhayam baram udvahato vimudha. My only lamentation is that all these fallen souls, they're all gliding down to the hellish planets. Mudho jonisu jayate, one who dies in the mode of ignorance. Tata pralinas tamaso. Mudho jonisu jayate. Their next birth is not human. The next birth will not be human. For every hair on a cow, a person takes birth in Maharurava one lifetime. How many cows have they eaten in their whole lifetime? Even in the West where I used to live. Oh no, these are not desi cows. It's okay, we can eat. Even the Hindus are eating a cow. It's not desi cow. It's, American cow. I can eat. No, it's very, very dangerous. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, his only compassion, his only lamentation is Maya Sukhaya Baram Udvahato Mimudan. How I can deliver all the fallen souls. He was just trying to deliver his friends, and his father was so envious, so angry. So envy is a problem. Chanakya Pandit says there's two envious creatures, the cobra and the envious human being. And the envious human is more dangerous than the cobra. Cobra you can, do some mantras and nullify, but human envy, very, very bad, very difficult. Creates wars, hate, the Hitlers and all these different personalities in our history. We hate this kind of person, we hate this person, these people are inferior. This is all the knot in the heart, the knot of materialism and darkness, tamagun. Pada dukkha dukhi, the demoniac person, pada sukha dukhi, he's happy to see other people suffer. Oh, they're suffering, that's good, let them suffer some more. He derives pleasure from inflicting pain on others. That is demoniac mentality. But the devotee, he wants to Surida Sarva Bhutanam. He is the friend of all living beings, right? He wants to help every living being because he sees they're simply being tossed by, thrown around by the modes of material nature. And Durga Devi is manipulating like this, birth after birth after birth. They're being thrown around by these modes of material nature. And so they continue on through different species of life. Purusho prakriti stoti, bhukte prakriti sadgunan. Karanam guna sango sad, sadasad joni janmasu. They're thinking, I'm the enjoyer, Purusha. And they go species after species. So God himself has appeared as a devotee, and he's very, very compassionate. And he's simply saying, take the holy name. This holy name, Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sharva Shaktis. It is full of power, it's full of potency. Get everyone to chant Hare Krishna. Even if they say Krishna once, they become freed from more sinful reactions than they could ever commit. And Haridas Thakur is trying to appease, he's trying to comfort Lord Chaitanya, Patita Pavana, Tava Hetu Avatar. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in so much anxiety, all his parts and parcels. Mamaivam so jiva loke jiva bhu. They're all my parts and parcels, but they're suffering in this dark place, so much suffering. What's to speak in Kali Yuga? More suffering than ever before. So the Lord is simply going around when he was 500 years ago with his devotees, chanting and dancing throughout Nadia, chanting and dancing in Puri, and he's distributing and delivering, traveling through South India, delivering all the fallen souls. And not only just delivering them, he's not giving moksha, he's giving prema. He's giving the taste of the holy name. Aparada gucci, sudename ruchi. If we can avoid the 10 offenses to the holy name, then we can get some ruchi. Nishta, after nishta there's ruchi, and then ata shakti, spontaneous, loving, devotional service. It's in the heart. We simply have to avoid the 10 offenses. We simply have to really chant the holy names with some taste, with some desire. I simply understand, Krishna, you're non-different from your name. You're dancing on my tongue. Rupa Goswami writes, I wish I had millions of ears and millions of tongues when I chant the holy name. But the holy name is full of sweetness, full of nectar. It's Krishna. He's all attractive. Krishna, all attractive. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu is saying, take this holy name. You're not qualified? No problem. Yeah. You're a Malecha, you're a Yavana, you're not a Brahmin. Tat karma nipanove pro mantra tantra visharada avaisnavana satguru vaisnavanam swapacho guru. You used to eat dogs, but now you're chanting the holy name. Wonderful. Like this, Gauranga Mahaprabhu is trying to give us this prema. And when we're chanting the holy names, congregationally, what is that when the arms go up and the legs start dancing and we're dancing in ecstasy? That is a taste of the prema. That's a taste of the nectar of the holy name. Because when we give it, the Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the gardener of the tree of bhakti, he gives more taste, more taste. Therefore, he's saying, I order every man in this universe to become Krishna conscious. Yare deke tarekaha Krishna ubara, and give it to others. Don't keep it for yourself, but give it to others. Gosti Anandi, not Bhajananandi, but Gosti Anandi. Give it to others, and therefore you get more mercy, more benefit. So let us become Krishna conscious, avoid the 10 offenses to the holy name, and then give it to others so that we can attract the attention of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all his incarnations like Lord Nrsimhadev and Hiraṇyākṣa, the Lord Varaha, Lord Nrsimhadev. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. One question? Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for a wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
You were telling, Prabhu, that we should avoid offenses while chanting the holy name. Offenses.
Avoid the offenses, yeah.
How we can avoid offenses? Specifically, inattentive chanting. Inattentive chanting, how we can avoid this, Prabhuji?
Yeah, that's a million-dollar question. Well, the first offense is called hatimata, right? The elephant offense. to sadhu ninda, to blaspheme devotees who are chanting Hare Krishna. We don't want to get into argument or fight with devotees. Even mentally, we don't want to be critical of any Vaishnava. Let's speak of Madhyamadikari, even Kanishta. Okay, you know. So that's very important. Haridas Thakur tells Lord Chaitanya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Harinam Chintamani. He quotes Haridas Thakur as saying that inattentive chanting is the root of all the other 9 offenses. If you're inattentive in your chanting, you're not taking it seriously. Oh, I have to manage this, I have to do this, I got to go here and do this, I got to plan my day out. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. What am I going to do at 10 o'clock? Hare Ram, Hare Ram. It's inattentive chanting. We have to come together. Therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has told us, Jeev Jago, like wake up during the Brahma Muhurta. Wake up during the Brahma Muhurta, before the sunlight comes, and chant together. Our japa, our puja, do it together. This will make us attentive to the holy name. So, inattentive chanting is the cause of all the other 9 offenses described in the Hari Chintamani, Hari Nam Chintamani. So it's very important to take our chanting seriously and not get to a point where, oh, I've been doing this for 30 years. I get it done, you know. I'm a GBC member. I got real things to do. You know, I have to write my disciples. No, but if you're not chanting properly and attentively, the history is there. So many fire devotees falling down. So many leaders. So many of my godbrothers. You forgot to chant attentively. You forgot to meditate on the offenses. You know, considering the holy name as some ordinary mantra. Or preaching the intimate activities of Radha and Krishna to non-devotees, right? The confidential aspect of the holy name. The different offenses, karma kanda. It's not karma kanda. Some are chanting, I want to take sannyas. This is a fruit of desire. Why do you want to take sannyas? To preach or to get the Mahaprasad? So we have to be careful. Pratishta, right? Pratishta, puja. So warning is there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So these are fine details about chanting the holy name in association with devotees. So we have to be careful with the mind. The mind is pushing different things. Sense gratification, name and fame, false pride, followers. All that stuff is a screen. It's like on the screen of the mind, it's like dust, you know. And it covers, the mind includes the false ego, the ahankar, and the intelligence. That's the mind, subtle body. No, keep it pure. So when chanting, we're chanting to hear the holy name, chant with our heart, and so that we can ultimately come to the point of no offenses. That's the beginning of ruchi. That means raganuga bhakti. When one is constantly chanting and realizing that Krishna is there in his name, and Krishna's activities, pastimes, beauty, glories, interactions, everything is in the holy name. So Krishna dancing along the Yamuna River and the holy name. It's all there in the holy name. Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill. It's a holy name. So he wants us to meditate like that. Constantly. Satatam, kirtayantumam, yatantasmam, judavrataha. Constantly, 24 hours a day. If we don't come to that, then we're stuck. We'll be stuck on the platform of the clearing stage and so on. And in the clearing stage, what's it called again? Namabhas. In Namabhas, there's still, the modes are infiltrating. The modes are infiltrating. So we have to keep them out. So we have to be careful. In the Namabhas stage, we can fall down back into Namaparad. Then we're in trouble, big trouble. So in order to maintain longevity, 50, 60 years, time of death, remember Krishna, then we have to be very careful and embrace the idea that we have to always keep the mind humble and tolerant. Srinadapi, Sunichana. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is God. Lord Nityananda is God. Jagai Madai beat Lord Nityananda. Okay, Haridas Thakur is praying for the constables. They're beating, and he's praying, "Oh, Lord Chaitanya, don't send Sudarshan. Let me, take their sinful reactions. Let them go back to Krishna." I mean, that's pretty advanced. So, if someone starts beating you, if they start beating me, I know my false ego, like, what are you doing? Call the police. But Haridas Thakur, so advanced devotee, and always tasting the nectar of the holy name, Namacharya. So we have to pray to Namacharya, Haridas. He's chanting 192 rounds a day. Impossible. How is that possible? Let's try to chant minimum, Prabhupada told me. How many rounds? 16, Prabhupada. At least 16. At least. No, not 6. At least. Like that. So we want to develop this taste for the holy name. Chant more. Get more taste. There's no limit, It's like saying, oh, someone asks you for a donation, selling a book. You're thinking, oh, let me see, I'll do the minimum. Why don't you give the maximum? Give the maximum to the holy name, If you have time, don't space out. Just, pick up your beads. Chant extra rounds. It's very powerful. This holy name is very powerful. If you show the holy name a little bit of, a little of enthusiasm, do a little more, give 150%, the holy name will reciprocate with you. Right? Ekadasi. One time we were doing Nirjal in Vrindavan I was with some senior devotees. We chanted 108 rounds that day on Nirjal, It's so powerful, So we should try that. Chant on Ekadasi, try to chant a few more rounds, at least 32 maybe. Anyway, time is up. Oh, okay, quick question. We're going to get in trouble.
How do we give the holy name to others?
Well, in the morning, the sadhana bhakti time is when we have to empower ourselves, strengthen ourselves. We have taken a vow to chant our rounds. So we should try to avoid being distracted early in the morning. We can have the rest of the day after prasadam to distribute the holy name. So we have to be very strict and regulated, because it's called sadhana, means regulation. So we want to regulate the early morning. Brahma Muhurta is dedicated to our own spiritual enrichment. Not that, we go off and, no. We take that time for ourselves. Otherwise, become very weak. If we become weak, Maya is very powerful. And she's always looking for a little weakness so she can put her foot through the door. Oh, there's a little crack in the door. Opens it up. So, and we can't let our minds be agitated or distracted by anything that's going on. If something's bothering us or people are talking during japa, then we can humbly ask them to talk somewhere else. If it's a group of japa, we can do that. Or we can ask someone of seniority to please tell them not to chat and stuff. That happens sometimes. But attentive chanting is most important. And we have to focus our minds. So that's all I can say. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.